Aerox po. Bale, ito lang.
Fresh lang. Boss.
Long time no see BTS Army dating mo
Mga kababayan, turn up! Isa sa pinakasiga at matunog na automatic na lumabas in recent years is undeniably the Yamaha Aerox 155. Now that took the industry by storm at ito ay isa sa nagpatigas sa Yamaha sa automatic segment right after the well-loved Mio Aerox 125. Maraming kwento ang naganap ng dahil sa scoot na ito. Maraming mabubuting samahan ang nanganak dulot ng mga Aerox na grupo. Mas lalo na yung Aerox Club of the Philippines na hanggang ngayon solid nationwide. Yung custom scene din ng Aerox, buhay na buhay. Yung mga sumali sa Motobuilds Pilipinas last year, lulupit din. At dito sa makina, one of the most watched videos in our Facebook is the Yamaha Aerox 155, which is currently at 5 million views. Ngayon, napapanahon na para ilabas ng Yamaha ang inaasahang bagong tagadala ng bandila ng mga automatic nila.
Your chain tied to me, tie me up again. Who's got the claws in you, my friend? Into your heart I'll beat again. Sweet like candy to my soul, sweet you rock and sweet.
In terms of the basic specs, basics lang halos parehas ito sa dating Aerox. Again, it's just the basics, right? Kasi marami siyang differences na ipapakita ko sa inyo. Enough para sabihin na this is an all-new Aerox and not just a facelift. Makina ay nananatiling liquid-cooled at single overhead cam, 4 valves pa rin at single cylinder, engine oil capacity 1 liter, fuel injected syempre at V-belt automatic. Brakes natin dagdag ng ABS and I'm very happy with that with 230mm disc sa harap at drum naman sa likod. Seat height nasa 790mm. Bigat naman ay nasa 124 kgs or 244 pounds.
Marami tayong pag-uusapan. Ito na po yung kaabang-abang na bagong Aerox 2021. Meron tayong Aerox Mio S, meron tayong Aerox Mio. Color-wise, between the two, sobrang mas type ko to. With the blue, that type of gray na makikita mo sa maraming MT-07 series na Yamaha. This is kind of plain, but this particular color has more of everything, okay? Before I get into both of those specs, let's just get out of the way kung ano yung difference nilang dalawa. So, ang meron natin dito, keyless entry tayo. Tapos meron tayong automatic stop. Dito, mamamatay yung makina pag nasa stoplight ka and then nasisense ng motor na hindi gumagala, magtipid tayo ng gas, mamamatay yung makina automatic. So, dito sa standard, hindi siya keyless entry at wala siyang ganun feature. Basically, yun yan. Everything else is pretty much the same. So, pag-usapan na natin ngayon kung ano meron between the old Aerox and the new Aerox. Looking at it here, harap pa lang, kita mo na ibang-iba na siya. I mean, it's just more modern looking face, di ba? Mas Evangelion ngayong dating niya, quad lamps, and you got this lighting highlight over there also. So if we're looking at it from this angle, basically pinanggalingan nito is the YZF R1, Big Bike DNA. That's very R1 for me. Ang unang-una napansin ko dito ay yung alis niya. I felt na parang mas malakas to, parang mas immediate, mas may meron. So I couldn't place it. So I called our good friend from Yamaha, si Christopher Manayaga, and thank you so much, Christopher, for answering my question. Sabi ko, ba't parang iba yung alis? Tapos sabi niya, yes Zach, tama ka, mas iba na nga yung alis because we optimized the engine. So paano to na-improve on? In-improve nila yung compression ratio. So yung dating compression niya is 10.51. Ngayon, it is now 11.61. Doon pa lang, yung tweak nilang ginawa doon, just change the game in terms of alis. As in, I felt it and yung gap ko between the old Aerox and the new, medyo matagal-tagal na pero napansin ko siya agad. Another difference is the fuel tank capacity. Dati, it was 4.6 liters. Ngayon, it is now 5.5 liters. Meron tayong wider intake valve. That's another difference. So, anong ginawa nila sa frame? Basically, they adjusted certain angles with it to optimize it in terms of rigidity and comfort for both the rider and the pillion. Ang naiba dito sa trail, it is now longer by 5 mm. Yung straight line stability mo just got really better. Inline pa na mas maganda na yung alis ng bagong Aerox Mio S. So, in terms of handling also, I'd say that is also an improvement. And then yun nga, because of the performance ng engine, pagkantuhan na versus the old, when you're looking at corners, considering kunyari pareho lang gulong ninyong dalawa, this will be better according to the numbers. Alam mo, I should dedicate an episode explaining trail and rake. But yeah, that's another episode. Google nyo na lang muna for now. Rear suspension mounting angle was raised by 2 degrees. Yung footboard angle natin, iba din. So these are the things that they did basically with the whole suspension slash frame bit. So, yung seating position mo kagad, ibang-iba na from the old. Parang mas relaxed pa nga yung pakiramdam eh. Sa laki kong tao, I felt comfortable with a bike of this size. I didn't feel na parang scrunched up siya. Like what I pointed out kanina, the lights are different, that's different, the seat is also different. This is smoother. Parang hindi siya upholstery eh. Parang it's the seat itself na pakiramdam. It's very tight. Parang wala akong makurot. This is rougher. There's more grip with your pants here. The whole overall seat of this is new and the upholstery for me is improved. Super aerodynamic na yung dating Aerox, diba? They still made this even more aerodynamic. So we have full cowling. So mas maganda yung air management design na because of what they did here. They call it layered leg shield. So ang ating gauge, when we turn this thing on, obviously this is also different. Mapapansin nyo, wala tayong iniintindi mga buttons dito. And if you wanna access control, you press this button over here at dyan mo siya magagalaw-galaw. So ano meron natin dito? Your fuel, your speedometer, you have your RPM, you have your clock. So pressing this, lalabas na yung odometer, trip 1, trip 2, fuel economy, average fuel economy, your battery, your oil, kung kailan mo gusto mag-oil change. So if you're gonna assign it to 1,000 kilometers, meron kang palatandaan na 1,000, palitan mo ni oil mo. V-belt, pwede mo rin palitan. Assign mo, kaya napapalitan, 12,000 kilometers, you know. And since isang button lang siya, very efficient. Kunyari, i-reset natin yung trip, you just hold it down. Mag-reset na siya, like so. Yung technology behind it, I think this is the same. It's just that the whole presentation is different. That for me is also an improvement. In terms of kung pantay yung quality ng lahat and how it is all packaged together, pantay-pantay naman sila. Magkaka-level, nothing pops out. So quality ng levers, they're all right. This is okay. Like the old Aerox, di ko masyado type yung mirror natin dito, the stem. I want something more solid, mas makapal. And that kind of mirror, that's the type that I want. Okay, so meron din tayong side stand kill switch. Hindi nyo ito ma-andar if this thing is down. So, LED trim. You got LED lights here, here. Look at that menacing look. Menacing. That is our signal light. Hindi siya LED. Would be nice if that was LED. That is not LED as well. And this is our brakes. So this is what it sounds like. Fuel. And as mandatory sa mga spring-loaded like this, you will do slow motion in 3, 2, 1. Now let's open the seats. Ooh. Natutuwa ako when I see symmetry. Dire-diretso yung stapler, pantay-pantay, which tells me a machine did it. I like how this is an angle, 90 degrees. Hindi tumatama yung elbow ko when I'm reaching for stuff. What I think would be nicer also would be courtesy light. I think that would be practical. Pag bukas mo dito, may ilaw na lalabas. Okay, so what's that beeping sound? You are still in the open position. Na naiwan mo siyang ganyan. So it's gonna be beeping if you leave it in this position. Kasi gusto niya nakapatay. Anyway, here's our De La Porta helmet. Let's see if it will fit. Okay, dahan-dahan. Suspense, suspense. Sasara kaya? Hindi po siya sasara. The other way, hindi rin kasha. Then ganito. Di pa rin. It's not fitting. So, half-face helmet will fit there. Nope, not that position. Try natin baliktarin. There you go. And half-face helmet fits perfectly. We have to do our chinelas check. Size 11 po. Shook. Leg check. So for a leg check, above the knee, lengthwise, gandito. Very, very spacious. Actually, there's a lot of space here. Akala mo unang tingin, saan hahawak yung pillion sa likod? So dito yung hawakan natin. It just made the rear very, very clean, right? Maganda at malinis yung likod. Dito yung hawakan. So the tires, what I see here is SCT, size 14. And yung front tire specs is 110/80. So sa likod naman, again 14, 140/70. Those are the tires. So let's take a look at the compartment right here. So push to open. Voila! And there is the compartment. Right now, I'm gonna tell you, hindi siya kalakihan. Saba, that's 1, 2, pero hindi na ata magsasara to. Magsasara, 3 saba boys, 3 saba. What this has going for it is meron po tayong charging port. So that's a good thing if you need to charge your gadgets. 12-volt adapter, panlighter. If you were to ask me, I would prefer if this charging port was maybe inside the seat. There's more space kasi syempre when you're charging something, nakalabas yung cable to your gadget and your gadget's in your belt bag or your pocket, you're gonna leave this open unless gagawan mo ng paraan mag-reroute ng cable when that thing is closed na para nakalabas dito or whatnot yung cable. Pero ano yan, mag-uuka ka dito. Sayang naman, di ba? Bumubutasin. So you're gonna leave this thing open and when you're running, this thing's gonna be moving about like that and your cable's gonna be coming out. So maganda yan kung ito nasa loob ng seat. But then again, better than nothing, importante talaga may pang-charge ka pa rin, di ba?
Seconds to the last call. You're going, hey, a lie down and know it's easy. A lock within it all for summer long. And I'll be anything you ask and more. You're going, hey, it's not a miracle I need it. And no, I wouldn't let you think so. Folded, 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 folded.
Okay, so di ko na sinubukan yung top speed ha dahil numbers wise mukhang pareho lang ito sa dati. Pero alam nyo, sa totoo lang, ang top speed, that's just a fixed variable na galing sa stock, right? Para sa akin, hindi siya performance stats na kasing halaga ng acceleration. Kasi ang top speed, may hangganan yan with your gearing and power and that's it, diba? What are you gonna do with top speed? Sa kanto? Saan? Straights? Okay. Pero for me, mas importante kung paano umalis ang isang motor. Kung gaano mo kabilis marating ang sagad, yan ang importante. Acceleration is a much more usable and fun aspect of performance in a motorcycle. Sa gasolina naman, nag-quickie 37 km short run lang ako bago magpagas and I ended up consuming 0.608 liters. So pag i-divide ko yung 37 kilometers by 0.608 liters, I got an astounding 60 kpl, which tells me that perhaps yung run ko was too short for an average reading, right? At hindi na accurate yung konsumo ko. But if I base this from the old Aerox at 48 kpl tipid mode, then based on physics and the engine design, I should be getting around 48 to 52 kpl tipid mode. Now that's more realistic. And still, tipid pa rin.
So in traffic, just like the old, magaang, very easy. Although, syempre sa tingin, parang malaking scoot or a bigger than normal size scoot si Aerox. Pero once you're on it, pag nasa sudad ka na and you're negotiating with traffic, bad traffic, seems like it's a small bike. Para siyang mas weighty na Mio na maliit, magaang siya dalhin compared to the old one. Also, dun sa dating Aerox na nasubukan ko, wala to. It's the auto shut off. It shut off pretty fast. Like pag parang dito, it's like barely 1 second, maybe at the most 2 seconds. Patay kagad siya. So, mabilis na yung pagka-shut off niya. So, pang everyday traffic, this will shut off almost immediately as you stop. So it's trying to be more economical sa gasolina. Ngayon, kung tingnan tayo yun, just switch it to the top. So A off, meaning dire-diretso na yung andar ng makina. But I wanna put it here. Gusto ko gamitin siya. So paano mandar? So yan po, namatay na siya. So ang kailangan mo lang is to switch the throttle, under na siya. Like so. Bagong Aerox, oh. Ganda niyan, boss, ah. Yan ba yung bagong Aerox? Ganda, ah. Ganda.
Y-Connect. Isa pang dagdag ng Yamaha na meron ngayon na wala sa dati ay yung Y-Connect. So, ano yung Y-Connect? Basically, through your phone, meron ka na ngayong treatment records for your oil and battery, fuel consumption data, malfunction notifications for both engine and electrical, smart notifications para sa SMS mo and call. You can actually hook that up with your communication system. Kung meron ka yung kinakabit sa helmet, pwede din yon. Meron ka rin dashboard info na matatago mo na sa phone mo. You know, long-term data. Meron ka rin rev data, meron kang radiator temp, saan ka huling nag-park and ranking sa mileage mo, kunyari sa isang linggo, anong pinakatipid mo na araw, and so on and so forth. You're gonna get so many riding points. So in a nutshell, lahat ng nangyayari sa motor mo, pwede mo nang makita sa phone mo. You're gonna get more data there and you can store it. Now, what's the point of all of this, diba? Aanhin mo naman to lahat. Data is always good, right? Mas lalo na pag in-depth dahil makikita mo na ang riding habits mo. And honestly, we have good riding habits and we have bad riding habits. Of course, kung good riding habits ka, mas tatagal motor mo, diba? Mas tipid ka sa service and sa mga palitin na parts. And syempre, yung konsumo mo sa gasolina, mas aware ka, diba? Bago barat ng banat. Sinikita mo na parang pagdating dito sa lugar na to, lakas mo mag-rev, diba? Bakit di naman kailangan? If you're conscious about taking care of your bike and if you're conscious about your fuel consumption, then data is very, very important. Ngayon, kung wala ka naman pake, di mo to kailangan. Pero kung may pake ka, diba? And you want to take care of and maximize your bike the most, then data is everything. Now, the thing is with Y-Connect, as per yung kausap natin na taga Yamaha, you have to be online to use it. Hindi siya simpleng connection na Bluetooth lang na hindi mo na kailangan mag-online. Kailangan may internet ka. So, kung super conscious ka, talaga nagtitipid ka sa data, then this may not be for you. But if you think about it, in the long run, kung mas maigi naman ang maintenance mo, you become a better rider at nakakatipid ka rin, di okay din, diba? Plus, I don't think this will consume much data din naman diba? Di ka naman bumabanat ng Netflix dito, right? So, I can imagine tipid pa rin to.
Check out the brakes, yung likod muna. Ito natin kung ma-fishtail natin yung drum brake sa likod. Wow, okay, so hindi ko siya mapa-fishtail. I gotta go faster and let's see. Wala talaga. Okay let's go faster a bit. Ayaw talaga. Galing. As in, wala talaga. Okay, so syempre ang trade-off doon, kung hindi mo mapaiyak yung likod, well, mas mahina yung dating ng brakes. Pero you have to remember, pag nagsiskid ka, yung stopping distance mo mas malayo. Kaya ang fishtail, akala mo malakas yung pera sa likod, tapos pero nag-fishtail, pero actually yung stopping power mo, yung distance, mas malayo ang nararating mo bago ako huminto, as opposed to hindi umiiyak. Now this is something. Never ako nakaranas na ganito. Let's try to go even faster in the rear. I am now at 50 kilometers. Stop at 60. Rear brakes. Ayun. Napaiyak natin pero sobrang konting-konti. Pero at 60 kilometers per hour and you're braking the rear at ganun yung response niya, obviously tinono to ni Yamaha na ayaw niya talaga mag-fishtail yung motor. Impressive rear brakes. Drum yan mga kaibigan. Drum. Okay, let's try the front now. Disc brake tayo sa harap. And it is ABS. So pretty much safe na yan. Okay, that is stopping beautifully. Pero hindi ko pa mapakagat yung ABS. Parang kailangan mas mabilis pa ng konti para kumagat yung ABS. Now at about 60 kilometers. Front brake. Okay. Gumana na yung ABS. Yung pulse ng ABS ng Aerox na Tombago is, it's fast. Let's attempt to go faster. Okay. Now, when you're hitting the brake, tapos yung motor, maganda yung hinto, at hindi pumapali yung ABS, ibig sabihin nun, sobrang okay yung brakes mo. And you're not losing yung front tire mo at mawawala sa semplang kang ganon. Siyempre may mga exception. Pag buhangin ka tapat mo, dudulas ka talaga. Uy, may humps. Yun. I don't know kung nakita niya yung jerking action ng Aerox. Yun yung ABS niya. So yung front niya pa lang hanep. Let's try na both brakes. 50 kilometers an hour brake. So ramdam ko na yung puwersa sa shoulders ko. I'm really pushing back and it's stopping really hard without any skid. 60 kilometers an hour. Wow. I mean, 60 kilometers per hour, no fishtail, slamming on it. Front brakes naman ito, hindi papalin disc brake. Pinipiga mo na ng todo and it's stopping properly. So, pag pinagsabay mo pa, ang lakas ng brakes nito. I have to commend Yamaha with this. Ayos. Good job.
Suspension. Just like the old, firm ang suspension ng Aerox. And sporty firm suspension in tandem with a good chassis and tires means very good cornering. To taste na lang kung di mo trip yung ganong sporty tagtag, di ba? Nakasubok na rin kasi ako ng shocks na pang Aerox na pang touring, pang EDSA, pang lupak, pang malayuan. So I really enjoy that. So palitan mo na lang kung mas tamang lakwatsa trip mo, di ba? Kung tamang chillax lang at ayaw mo mag-banking, racing suspension. And because of its relatively easy access, madali na rin palitan yung shocks. Despite ng pandemya, di tumigil ang Yamaha sa paggawa at paglabas ng kapalit ng isang iconic model. Di madaling sundan yung dating Aerox. Now that was a very successful line. Para sa akin, they did it. For me, the new Aerox looks better, it also performs better, numbers-wise, and mas updated tayo sa technology. Because of Y-Connect, mas engaged tayo sa motor. Hirap din pintasin yung bagong Aerox, pero siguro kung meron na lang silang idadagdag dito, I'd say i-double channel ABS na nila without jacking up the price too much. While yes, yung drum brake sa likod, it's actually one of the best that I've ever tested. I mean, malupit din yung drum brake na ito. I mean, kahit anong piga mo, hindi siya naglalak, pero humihinto ka pa rin. But at the end of the day, iba pa rin pagdalawa ng ABS mo, di ba? Harap likod. And another thing, although this is just caprichoan na lang, I mean, pero it would be a nice request. Sana yung bagong Aerox monoshock na, di ba? Di ba? Para pogi na talaga, kumpletos na talaga. Kung may dati kang Aerox, di kita masisisi kung mga tika sa bago. Kung first time mo naman bumili ng Aerox, obviously, dito ka na, di ba? Dito ka na sa bago. Sa presyong 112,900 for the Mio Aerox and 132,900 for the Mio Aerox S, sa panahon ngayon, medyo natatanggap na ng mga tao ang gantong price range. Noong araw, sa ganyang presyo, mga ibang motor walang ABS, walang LED, walang mobile compatibility. So, masaya na rin ako na marami na rin nilalagay mga manufacturers ngayon sa mga mot-mot nila, di ba? To justify prices. Sa dulo, trabaho, sipag at tiyaga ang katapat. Then you can get your dream motorcycle. So yun, may sigang automatic na naman ang Yamaha at may K palitan ng luma. Ito po si Sir Sack na nagsasabing, laging tandaan, tayo'y Pilipino. Kahit anong kulay ng balat, isa sa puso, mapatagalog, Bisaya o Ilocano. Kininam. Ciao.
Pwede bang maulit? Pwede bang malunod sa iyo? Mga yakap at halik, hindi malimutan. Ilang ibig pa ang dumaan. Isipin